In number 6 here, we have an object moving along a straight line. It starts with an unknown initial velocity, constant acceleration, and reaches a final velocity when it's 48 meters from where it started. Determine the object's initial velocity. We've worked a lot of one-dimensional constant acceleration problems. Asking for the initial velocity is a little bit different, but we work it exactly the same way. Alright, so I shall get my pen switched over here. Alright, let's write what we know. V1 is what we're actually trying to find. Constant acceleration. Don't know it, but we know it's constant. And delta t, 8 seconds. Final velocity, plus 18. And it's meters per second. And delta S, 48 meters. Okay, we've said before in these types of problems we have 6 unknowns. We have to know 4 of them. So we know S2, S1 effectively, and those two, delta t and V2. So let's find an equation that has V1, a constant acceleration equation that was V1 and these values in it. So it does not have A. So that equation was S2 is equal to S1 plus V1 plus V2 over 2 delta t. Okay, our average velocity equation. Again, this is a constant acceleration equation. Acceleration is not 0, but we don't need to explicitly know it to work this. Use this equation. So S2 minus S1 is 48. V1 is our unknown. Positive 18 is that. It's 2, and delta t was 8. Alright, so we can solve for V1. I'm going to use the solver here, even though this is pretty straightforward, just to make a point. The solver, if you have to do any algebra at all, sometimes many times will save you from that algebra. So I'm going to go math, 0, up arrow, clear out whatever was in there. And to use a solver, everything has to be equal to 0, so I'll just take my 48 and make it negative on this side of the equation. Negative 48 plus quantity, I'll use x for V1, plus 18, close quantity, times 8 divided by 2. The reason why I like this is I can look at this equation and look at it over here and match things up to double check my work. Okay. Arbitrary starting guess. Alpha solve. X comes out to be a minus 6. This is a linear equation. I only have V1 right here. So more than I have one answer, I don't have to worry about multiple guesses here. So minus 6. It's a velocity. I'm working in meters and seconds. So minus 6 meters per second. You could write this one as minus 6, minus 6.0, minus 6.00. We won't be picky about problems like this, but just don't give us too many significant digits in the answer. At least show us you're thinking about the precision of your answer.